last month in our men's mastermind group, Legacy Builders, we did this thing, a spousal survey, where we printed off this survey for a spouse and they filled it out for us. And the whole goal was to have great communication with our spouse. And I think that's key to our relationships. But I want to share with you guys this interesting thing that happened to me during this month. So, we've got 3 kids. Me and our oldest son, we went to Atlanta. He's gotten old enough and tall enough to where he can ride some roller coasters, right? So I was excited that I've got somebody now who can ride a roller coaster with me. So we go to Atlanta and we're going to Six Flags. And I'd kind of been pumping it up to him the whole time. Like, oh man, this is going to be so much fun. You're going to like it. And just really, really, really trying to pump it up for him. And we get there and we go immediately to the very first roller coaster that we get on. And he buckles up and, it's like click, 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 click. And with each click, his eyes keep getting bigger and bigger, and his hands keep gripping harder and harder the seats. And as we go up, click, 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 he's like, oh no, Daddy, no, make it stop. So he's making it stop, and I was like, hey, it's a little bit too late now, right? We get up to the top and it just goes, and oh man, it's pretty intense. He gets off and he said, you said that was going to be fun. That was not fun. That was not fun. I couldn't get him to ride another one for a while, and I finally convinced him to ride this. It's kind of like a kiddie ride. It's in between a kiddie ride and an adult ride, but I finally convinced him to get on at least one more ride with me, and it's just me and him on the ride. There's nobody, no other riders on this particular ride. I'll be doggone if the doggone machine, the ride we were on, it broke down. The machine broke down, right? They had to go call the service guys to come out and fix it while we're on it so we can get off. And he was done for the rest of the day, right? He would not get on another. He wouldn't get on another single ride. So we called it a day and went back to the hotel room. But that night, I had this very interesting dream. And I got to tell you before I share this, this dream, it's very vulnerable right here, okay? So I go to sleep and I have this dream that there's this other man living in my house, right? That my wife and I, we were getting separated, and this other man is living in our house, and not only that, but he is sleeping in my bed, and I'm still sleeping in the house too. I'm sleeping on the couch. Wow, this guy and my wife are sleeping in my bed. And I wake up and I say, oh man, in Jesus' name, get out of my mind. That's of the devil. That's horrible, right? Jesus' name, get out of my mind. And I go back to sleep, and I have a continuation of the same exact dream. It's just a continuation of it, right? And this guy, he's getting a little further on in our separation, and this guy, he's starting to develop relationships with our kids, and you can see the kids kind of starting to tiptoe around. Well, do I like this guy, or do I like my dad, or whatever? You can see the dynamic of their relationships. And I wake up again and I say, oh man, Jesus' name, get out of my mind. That's of the devil. That's horrible. Jesus' name, that's of the devil. Get out of here, devil. And I fall asleep again. And it's the same dream again, just a continuation. This time, me and my wife, we're getting to the end of it. We're finalizing everything, and we're talking about, who's going to pick up the kids this day, who's going to do this, and all these kind of things. And we're having a conversation on the on the front porch. And I asked the question of, how did we get here? Like, how did we even get here? And she starts going into, well, when you said this, it made me feel like that. And then I would say, well, when you did this, it made me feel like that. I couldn't remember. There was no examples in this particular dream, but I remember that kind of conversation. And there's a point in that kind of back and forth right there where a light bulb went off in both of our eyes, right? Like, if we would have had this conversation a lot sooner, we would have never been in this point. And then I wake up again and I do the same thing. In Jesus' name, that's horrible. In Jesus' name, get out of my mind. That's of the devil, right? That's of the devil. And y'all, this is what God said to me. What makes you think that's of the devil? Pick up your pen, pick up your piece of paper, and start writing. I was like, oh man, what in the world am I going to write about? Right? But I pick up my pen I pick up my piece of paper and I want to read you this little short poem that I wrote based off of this dream. Wake up, sleepyhead, wake up. Open your eyes wide to the world that's close by, to the world by your side. Dreaming big dreams, dreams of one days and some days in a land far, far away. There's a world in need, yes, but open your eyes wide, for that world is close by. It's the one by your side. And the reason I share that with you is because as a doer, as someone that's got big ideas and big dreams, I'm always thinking about the end goal, right? I'm thinking about the big things that I'm wanting to accomplish and achieve. And I think this world, one of the biggest things I think the world needs is that this world needs men and women who are pursuing high levels of leadership and influence. Because men and women at high levels of leadership and influence that have a pure heart, that have a pure conscience, and that are full of faith, we need those kind of leaders that shape culture, that shape companies, right? But what this world really needs is they need the family unit. This world really needs a mommy and a daddy who are united together to reign in life together as a family. So, the point of sharing that with you is I hope you have a conversation with your spouse. I want to include in this video on YouTube and all the social media sites, I want to include a link to the spousal survey. And I challenge you, I challenge you to give this to your spouse and have open communication with your spouse. It is key. It is key. We know that in any relationship, whether it's in business, whether it's with friends, whether it's with your spouse or your kids, having open communication is the key to that. Guys, I want to encourage you to take this. And hey, I mentioned at the beginning our men's mastermind group. If you are a male entrepreneur, if you are a leader and you're looking for an environment conducive to growth, if you want to intentionally put yourself in a place of growth, I want to invite you to apply to be a legacy builder. Guys, comment below. Give me a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If this has added value to me, comment below and share it with a friend or family member. Hope you guys have a great day, and God bless.